Hey guys, welcome back. Today my guildmates Thagari and Hal are going to share their crowbar techniques to help increase your yield while you're scavenging for scrap metal. Alright Hal, so what is your take on the particular vehicles? Like which ones do you seem to pursue more than say another?
I would pursue the pickup first and then the smaller, compact car. I get more out of the pickup, it seems, than I do the cars in general. But I have noticed that the coloration of the vehicle also affects this as well. Whether the vehicle looks like it's burned out or whether it's blue or green, I believe that they have different sweet spots to hit them at.
What about you, Thagari? What is your take on the particular vehicles you pursue?
I generally prefer the compact sedans, and I try to hit the colored vehicles, not the burnt vehicles. Anything painted, I usually get pretty good yield from those.
Okay, Hannel, show us about where you hit the sweet spot on a vehicle.
There are two of them that I would go for on this vehicle. One is pretty much center of on the roof, the center between the front door frame and the rear door frame, and the other is center on the roof at the rear door frame.
All right, let's give Hannel's hitbox a try. So in retrospect, I actually ended up going directly in the center of the door frame, which ended up yielding a decent amount of scrap. However, the two areas that Hannel suggested work equally as well. Alright, Thagari, so here we have two different colored compact vehicles, which are your two favorites. So show us about where it is that you like to hit that sweet spot on these two compacts. Would you hit both of them regardless of the fact that they're different colors?
I would go for the more lighter blue painted. It looks a little less burnout, more likely to hold a better yield. I usually do this at the driver's side, but I'll do it on the passenger side here for visibility. Right where the rear door starts and the driver's side door, or the front door opens, that little, just above that spot, that's where I like to hit.
Alright, so we're going to give Thagari's hitbox a try. There we go, we got a yield. And I'm going to show you guys where I normally hit it, which is right here where the frame comes down and meets the hood. Each vehicle is going to vary, so I give it a few seconds nonetheless to see if I get any kind of a yield, and if I don't, I end up moving to the passenger side. So in this instance, you can see that I did end up getting a yield just prior to when I would have changed over to the passenger side. So I was able to get a yield there as well. It's all random, of course, but essentially, if you find those sweet spot hitboxes, you can usually get a pretty decent amount, and it will vary by vehicle.
On the pickup trucks, I usually pick one that's got better coloration than this one. This one looks a little more burned out than I'd like, but I like to hit just behind the doors, and that's where I get the best results off of a truck.
It's worth noting that if you're in an area that doesn't have an abundance of crowbars or even weapon repair kits, just carry a few kits on you so that you can repair your crowbar as you go about your scavenging. Okay, Thagari, show us where you get your scrap off of a van.
Alright, on a van it's pretty easy. In all honesty, I have good luck hitting overall. Most of the time I'll hit just behind the driver's side or passenger side front door.
How much scrap can you typically get off, say, like one vehicle? What's the most you've ever gotten?
Well, off of a good crowbar, I've got 30 scrap off a vehicle.
Okay, Hannel, share with us your secret spot on a van.
I usually hit right behind the mirror, and after a few swings, if that doesn't give me much, then I will move over to just behind the front door.
Alright guys, I'm going to give it a shot where you guys hit it, and then I'm going to hit it where I normally get my scrap from. So let me try behind the mirror where Hannel suggested. Alright, I managed to get one there. Now we can hit it where Thagari suggested. Okay, so we got results from both. Now I'm going to show you guys where I hit mine, which is right above the door handle, but usually on the driver's side. We'll try it on the passenger side, though. So it looks like we were able to get some yield from each of those particular areas. If you guys have a particular spot or a particular vehicle that you like to use a crowbar on, please leave a comment in the publish section below and let us know what your yields are. Overall, I'd have to say that using a crowbar is certainly going to increase your chances of getting more scrap as you scavenge. It's especially useful when the servers come up from an update or wipe, because a lot of people are going to be competing for scrap, and this will give you an additional advantage. I'd like to thank my guildmates Hanel and Thagari for sharing their techniques. If you haven't already, be sure you're sharing these videos on your favorite media sites, and if you're new to my channel, subscribe so you'll have all the latest news and information from H1Z1.